Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day number 2. I'm so excited about today. I could seriously hardly sleep last night because I was feeling everybody. Thank you for the energy in this group. Thank you for showing up. Thank you to everybody who participated in yesterday's exercise. And if you didn't write it down, go back and write it down. Hi, Jamie. Good morning. Hi, Allie. Allie, go back and show us your gratitude rock and write down your desires. I know that it can feel a little scary and a little vulnerable. Hi, Rebecca, to write it out. But when you write these things out, when you speak them to the universe, you are locking them in. This is a massive way of stepping forward. It might feel like a small thing to you. It might feel like a big thing to you. Know that this is a safe space. This is a sacred, safe space. This is a small group. This is a closed group is what I mean. Nobody's going to see your comments but the people here. And when I look at, these limiting beliefs, which is what we're talking about today, all these limiting beliefs, there's even more that you've all written down. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Tangerine. When I look at these limiting beliefs, I'm so deeply moved because I had almost all of these limiting beliefs. And this is what we're going to drill down into today. And I want you to know that no matter what the hell is stopping you right now, no matter what these limiting beliefs are that you feel are keeping you small, that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you from stepping into the fullest version of you, whatever the hell they are, it's time to burn them the fuck down. All right? It's time. The world is waiting for you. You were not born to play a small life. None of us were. And I think we all know that we are in this crucible time in the world right now where we need the light workers. We need us. The world needs you right now. The world needs your story. The world needs your presence. The world needs your courage. Your children need your courage. Your community needs your courage. And today is the day that you are going to step forward past your limitations and burn these fuckers to the ground because they are no longer going to run your life. Give me a hell yes if you are ready for this. Seriously, it is time. I'm 47 years old, and when I finally got this, and this was only 10 months ago that I got this, so it's my greatest gift. It makes me emotional really to think about being able to impart this and pass this on to other people, right? Because that's what we're here to do. We are here to impact the planet. We are here to lift people up, and there is nothing positive about living with limitations. Nothing. And there's no reason that you can't change them. I'm getting lots of hell yeses. Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes. Yes! Let's burn these freaking limitations to the ground. That's what today is about, in case you didn't know. I have a lot to share today, but I've got a whole bunch of notes in front of me because I want to stay as focused as possible. So here's what you need to know first. Here's the first question. I'm hoping that you took a little bit of time and reflected on what you learned from your parents. Sadly, here's the beautiful thing. As a parent, you get to go, oh my God, you see what a massive impact you have on your children, right? So if you're a parent, you can start. Here's the beautiful thing. All these bullshit limiting beliefs, we get to eradicate them. We get to clear the slate. We get to eradicate them is the best. We get to blow them up. We are no longer going to pass down to our children this patterns of scarcity and lack and not having what we need. The struggle can end with you. I'm ready for the struggle to end with me if you are ready for this, because I'm so passionate about not passing on limitations to my children. It is so important. If we want to raise a future generation, we need to do it different. And we've got to heal our bullshit with money and our worth and our confidence and all this stuff that we're going to talk about right now. We got to heal it all so that we do not impart these onto our children and keep the cycle going, right? Cycles of violence gets passed down. Cycles of scarcity gets passed down. Our money blueprints get passed down. Let's give our children a whole new opportunity. But this is not just about our children, right? We have to start with us. We're going to start with us, and when we raise our vibration and our currency for money, it's going to transmute onto our children. It can't not. Yes, everybody's ready. Great. So What did you learn from your parents? That's the first thing. I hope that you all have a notebook because I got a ton of notes today. So if you don't have a notebook, go get one. And I'm just going to take my sweet ass time here. I'm not going to I'm going to try and keep it short, but I've got a lot, and this is a really, really important day because it's going to set the foundation for everything. So grab a notebook. What did you learn from your parents around money? That's the first question. What trauma do you have in your past around money? This is another really important question. So let me tell you something. Here's a vulnerable share about, that's okay if you don't have children, Nancy. We impart things onto any young person that's around. We impart things onto our community. Like any vibration that we are around on a daily basis, whether you're, whoever you're around, you feel it when you come into contact with people, when you're out to lunch with people, when you're shopping with people, when you see people in the stores, like we are around other people's currency with their vibration around money, and we get to elevate our own because we're constantly having this ripple effect out in the world. So we're going to raise everybody, children or no children, but especially if you have children, we're going to kick this to the curb once and for all. What trauma do you have around money? This is a really, really good question to ask yourself. So 5 years ago, I blocked it out how many years ago it is now, at least 5 years ago, I was ripped off for like $70,000. And what happened, it doesn't even matter what the story is, but what happened to me is that I got really, really small, and I was full of shame and guilt and feeling so stupid, and like I had been taken advantage of. I just felt like so dumb, kicked up all my stuff. I can't make good decisions around money. I can't. And the thing about this is that it was a business venture, right? It was something that as an entrepreneur that I leapt forward into thinking that it was going to give me what I wanted. And then as a result, this woman was a massive con artist, and it wasn't just me, it was a whole bunch of us that she ripped off. Anyway, the point is, that was what it was. But what it did to me is it was trauma, right? It was massive, massive trauma. And what it did is it had me be small. For the next 4 fucking years, I was like, oh, I guess I'm not. And these were the limitations. I'm not smart enough. I made a mistake with money. I'm not responsible. Crazy guilt and shame around money, around my decisions, right? Do you see how a trauma can impact you? And if you don't know how to clear the path, if you don't know how to, get free of these limitations that are coming at you, then I allowed it to impact me for almost 5 friggin' years. Even when I got into my online business here, I was realizing when I was going through one of my first calls with one of my mentors, I was like, is she a con artist? Is she telling me the truth? Is she, right? I had all this skepticism. I had all this negativity. I had all this stuff from the past, from something that happened 4 years ago. 4 freaking years of my life that I let suck. It just sucked the living life out of me, and I let this happen. This is my responsibility. This is nobody's responsibility. This is not about her. This is not about what she did. None of that. I get to take radical responsibility for my life. Here's the thing. We're not responsible for how we were raised, right? We're not, but we are 100% responsible for how we respond as adults. We are 100% responsible for our relationship with money now. It doesn't matter what our parents taught us growing up. You are 100% responsible for where you are now, period. And how liberating is that? Because if we take 100% responsibility for our life, then we are 100% responsible for creating what we want. Put I'm 100% responsible in the comments if you are like, hell yeah, I am ready to take radical responsibility for my life, my money blueprint, my creation of what I want, because this is where we move from a place of power. There is nothing powerful about being in victimhood around money. There's nothing powerful about having these thoughts that just run your life, about staying small, about I can't make enough, about I have to give everything away for free. I have to work hard for money. People don't like rich people. I'm not good with money. I don't deserve it. Money comes and it's hard to keep. I feel like I don't have anything to offer the world. I'm not worthy. I'm apologetic around money. I don't have enough clients or time for me, right? I have to give up time with my kids around money. I'm guilty I shouldn't have money. I should just give it to other people. I've never made money, so I probably never will, right? Thank you for all of this. You are 100%, 1,000% responsible. Yes, we are 1,000% responsible for our life now. And this is the launching point, right? This is the beautiful thing to know that you get to create right now. Right now is a new moment. The past doesn't fucking matter. The past is already gone. It's already gone. It doesn't matter. All that matters is right now, right now, right now. What am I going to do right now? So, I'm getting into flow here. Yes, thank you for all of the participation. It's really, really wonderful to see. 100% responsibility. So, how do you get rid of the limitations that no longer serve you? I'm going to tell you. Do you want to know? I know you want to know. That's why you're here. Okay, so here's a little piece before we start drilling down into these. Is 95% of what shows up in your life comes from your subconscious mind. Think about this for a minute. 95%. We have got to learn how to program our subconscious mind. We have got to learn how to turn these limiting beliefs around, because they run your life, whether you know them or not. They run your life. And here's the beautiful thing. The most beautiful thing to know about the brain is the neuroplasticity, and you get to create a new thought anytime you want. Here's what you need to know. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. Let that sink in for a minute. A belief is nothing more than a thought that you keep thinking. So if we can change your beliefs around money, we can create new thought patterns. We can create new neurons in your brain. We create neuroplasticity of your brain changes. And before you know it, you have a new friggin' brain. Who's ready for a new brain? I feel like I have a new brain in the last 10 months. And I have been diligent about this. This is not a one-time thing, you guys. That you're not going to just like go through these 5 days here and poof, everything's going to be different. But if you are really, really, really ready, like really ready to have a new thought pattern, then you got to become a student of this. And that's what I have done. I dove into this. I dove head first into this to change my life, to change my patterns, to change the way that I think about things. Because when you change the way that you think about things, it's a direct reflection of your life. There is no way that you can have all these limiting beliefs and move into 10K months. It's not possible. You've got to change the mind first, right? We start with ourselves, and then the outer world manifests and reflects our internal world. I said this yesterday. So we're going to rewire your brain. Who's ready to have their brain rewired? So here's the next question that I have for you, and write this down. What about your desire? What about your desire? You know, you made this giant list of your desires. What about your desires scares you? This is a really important question. What about your desires scare you? And you might go, nothing scares me. I love the idea of having 10K months. I love the idea of being a millionaire. I love the idea of being able to travel the world with my family. I love the idea of this. But here's the thing. Underneath everything, underneath every single thought that we have is usually a fear. Underneath any limiting thought is a fear. And there's two basic core needs that we all have. There's more than two, but the two primary ones are love and connection. And usually when we have a limiting belief, underneath it, if you drill down into it, you're going to see that underneath it, you actually have a fear. And it usually comes down to one of those two things. I'm not going to be loved. I'm not going to be accepted. So let me give you an example. I had a massive aha that when I become a millionaire, my marriage is going to fall apart. It was not in my conscious mind. I have an incredible marriage. We've been together for 20 years. My husband is amazing. Anybody that follows me knows how much we have a great, solid, we're in it for the long haul. And he's incredible. And I'm so blessed. And there was this subconscious belief that if I become a millionaire, do you see my language? I said, if, this was my limiting thinking. If I become a millionaire, this was my past. If I became a millionaire, that my marriage would fall apart. And I wasn't even aware of this. It didn't even pop up, but I was doing one of these sessions where I was drilling down into my fears. and my limitations. And all of a sudden it just popped up, and I was like, what? And as it popped up and I was journaling, I started bawling my head off, just like gut wrenching. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So do you see how this limitation in my subconscious mind was keeping me, like the greatest fear, right? The greatest fear that my foundation of my family would dissolve if I became a millionaire. If, that's my old thinking, right? If, we're going to talk about languaging too, because that was, if I became a millionaire, that my family would dissolve. And do you see how that energetically would keep me from having what I want, right? Another one was that it's just going to be too hard. It's just going to be too hard. When I start making a lot of money, it's just more to manage, and it's just another thing on my list of things to do, and I'm just going to be spinning my tail trying to figure out like how to manage it all, right? That was another massive one for me. And so here's what you do with your limitations. When you have your limiting beliefs, first of all, you got to write them down, right? And just get honest with yourself. Get really fucking honest with yourself. Okay, I feel like I can't handle it. It's overwhelming. I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to manage it. I'm not going to be able to like da-da-da-da. And then you go, okay, is this really true? This is the process I'm going to take you through. Is this really true? Do I really think this? Do I really think that if I'm making $100,000 a month that I'm really not going to be able to manage it, that I'm really not going to be able to hire the people that I need to manage it, that I'm really not going to know, like, right? And I was like, no, that's not actually true. Okay, that's not actually true. And you drill down into each and every single one. So this one that I have to give up time with my kids. This was one for me too. So when I started this new business, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to give up time with my kids. Is that really true? Would it be really true? Would it be really? And just sit with it and go, is it really true or is it not really true? Because more times than not, we are carrying around limiting beliefs that don't even belong to us. There's something that our mom or our dad told us, or our grandparents. There's something that we heard on the street. There's something that somebody else had a traumatic experience and they told you about it, so you took it on. Do you see this? One of the tools that I want to give you is that when you are out in the world and you hear a limiting belief, yesterday I was at gymnastics, and you hear, or you're at the grocery store. Anytime you're in a place where there's lots of parents and children, you'll hear all kinds of limiting beliefs. And your subconscious mind, by the way, picks up limiting beliefs that are 7 decibels beneath the auditorial level. I don't even know how to say that, but whatever you actually hear, we actually hear, our body actually takes on limiting beliefs that you don't even hear, but they're everywhere, right? So think about this for a minute. Our children too, by the way. This is the fascinating thing about quantum physics and learning how to control your energy and learning how to clear this out. Because as I was in gymnastics yesterday with my kids, I was listening to this mom who was talking very loudly, and no, we don't have the money for that, and we can't afford this, and no, stop, you're being selfish. She was just like going off on her kids. She was having a bad day. And I was having compassion for her, and every single thing that I heard, I was like, I reject that, cancel clear, that's not my belief, that's not mine. Like, this is what I was doing. I was actually saying it out loud, that's not mine. I was whispering it, that's not mine, I reject that, cancel clear. Anytime you hear a limiting belief out in the world, you want to catch it as quickly as possible, and this is what you're going to learn to do here. You've got to catch your limiting beliefs. So anytime you have a limiting belief that come in, first of all, you stop and you pause and you go, wait a minute, there's a limiting belief right there. Just realizing it, okay, this is the massive piece. Just realizing that we are running these loops of limiting beliefs over and over and over and over is the hugest first step, okay? You're not going to become a master at it overnight, but this is something that you're going to work on. We're definitely going to work on it over the next 5 days, but this is something that you're going to take on. This is a new muscle you're going to flex, just like working out, just like drinking water every day, just like eating healthy food. Your healthy thoughts impact everything in your life. So you want to take this on and start catching yourself anytime you have a limiting belief. And the fastest way to do this, especially if you're with your kids out in the world juggling, or you're at work or whatever it is you can just pause and you can go, I reject that, cancel clear, not mine, that's not mine. You can say that, that's not mine, cancel clear, I reject that. But you want to speak it or think it. Speak it is better. The more you speak these things into existence, you guys, the more you are letting the universe know, I don't know. Everybody has different spiritual beliefs. It all works for me. It's all the same to me. I had a near-death experience when I was 24, almost died. Everything changed for me then. And I know that we are directly connected to spirit all the time. And I know that the spirit, your spirit guides, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, they are around all the time, wanting to support you, wanting to help you. And when you speak to the universe fucking listens. So start speaking to the universe, even if it sounds really weird. That's okay. It works. Okay, just know that it works. And if you're ready to change your money blueprint, know that the more you speak and commune with the universe, the more this is going to start changing. So cancel, clear, I reject that. That's not mine. Those are 3 really easy, simple ways to catch it. And this is what's going to happen. Once your brain is open, and this is what we're doing, we are opening up your brain right now. You are available for a shift. You are available for something new. You are available for more abundance to start raining in. Put in the comments, I am ready for more abundance if you are. Okay? So catching yourself is massive. So here's what you need to know, that we wouldn't actually have, that we would, so when you think about your desires, let's go back to a minute for what scares you about it, okay? And I get that this is vulnerable, but you want to drill down into what about your limiting belief scares you if you had it. Because if you weren't really scared, if there wasn't a fear that was there, you would already have it. Okay? So we want to drill down into this, and it usually comes down to love and connection, like all these things. People think that rich people don't like rich people. There's love and connection right there. I don't have time for my kids. That's fear of love and connection right there. I have to sacrifice to make money. Really sacrifice what? Probably comes down to fear and connection, or love and connection. Money is the opposite of spirituality. Yeah, that if you drill down into that, that's fear of love, losing love or connection. All of these things can be drilled down into these 2 basic core needs. And I think this is really, really pivotal to understand this. And then we want to create a new belief, right? So, and here's the thing, when you're tapping into these limiting beliefs, you might feel like it comes up in a part of your body. You might feel like a closing of your throat, or in your heart, or in your stomach, or back pain. Like if you are one of those people who taps into your body, tune into that too. It's just another layer of it, and recognize it. And you can talk to your body, and you can go, okay, I get that I feel this in my heart. Probably comes down to a fear of losing love or connection. And then you want to be honest with yourself. Is this really what I believe? No, actually, I'm not going to lose my marriage when I become a millionaire. I'm not going to lose my marriage. In fact, my marriage is going to be more amazing. The truth is that I'm going to have even more time with my husband. The truth is that we're going to be able to hire people to support us in all different ways in our life. And we're going to be taking trips and having more time together, and having an even more incredible sex life. And we're going to have this and that. Do you see what I'm saying? And so what you want to do is that when you get clear on what the limiting belief is, you're going to write it in a new way. And this is what I'm going to go into next. Let me just check my notes here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, that's what's next. New thoughts change your brain, right? We've already spoken about this, and I want to teach you how to get new thoughts, okay? New thoughts, so that we are rewiring your brain. And so here's what happens. This is the process. You recognize that you have a limiting belief. It pops up. And this can happen, like I was talking about yesterday, especially when you're writing out your desire list. If you haven't written it out yet, go and do it, and go back to yesterday. Like, the more you commit to this for the next 5 days, the next 14 days, the next 30 days of your life, you can completely transform your life. I went from being completely broke to 10K months within 2.5 months here. In my business. That's what I did, and it's just gone up from there. And I was diligent about this. I knew that I had to fucking heal my relationship with money, period. And I was given all of these tools, and that's why I'm just so grateful and so blessed that I can now impart them to other people, because I want more people to have freedom in their life, right? That's what I'm here. I'm here to fucking liberate people. And I believe that parents, especially moms as my demographic, I just want moms to know what's possible. I want all people to know what's possible, but I especially have this deep, deep desire to liberate people and empower people around this. So what you're going to do is you're going to catch your limiting belief. And when you're writing down your desires, you will see, you probably noticed this when you were writing them down and you had those limiting thoughts, oh, that's too big, or that's too much, or I shouldn't want that, or oh, that's a little extravagant, or any fucking limiting belief that you have, any of them. So here's one that happened to me just recently. I would write down so journaling is a really important part of this. I have, look at these, stacks. They're all full. Go to the friggin' dollar store and get yourself stacks of journals. They don't have to be fancy. You don't have to be spending a bunch of money on them, but you're going to start journaling. It is one of the most powerful ways to call in what you want. And every single day I journal and I commune with the universe. And I write down my desires. I make money. I make 10,000. I do more now. My goal is $25,000 a month. So I make $25,000 a month with ease and flow. I am a money magnet. I love money and money loves me. I am worthy of money. I give so much value and love to people that abundance rains down on me, right? So when you are journaling, you want to put it in the positive. This is how it works. You put it in a way that it's already happening, right? I make 10K months with ease and flow. I love money and money loves me. I have a great relationship with money. I have healed my relationship with money. I am stepping into the fullest version of myself. I have so many clients that are wanting my services and ready for support, okay? On and on and on and on it goes. And then when you're doing this journaling practice, whatever you're wanting, when a limiting thought comes in, like for example, when I had a 25K month and I realized right after that I had a limitation. Oh, maybe that was a one-off. Maybe that was a one-time thing. Maybe it's never going to happen again, right? Limiting belief. And I caught it right there. And so I journal. I was journaling, I make $25,000 a month with ease and flow. And then I caught the limitation. Oh, Brooke, that's probably never going to happen again. And I was like, ah! And so what I do is I drill down into it, and this is the process that I want you to have right now. You're speaking to the universe, and you write, universe, I surrender the belief that I cannot make $25,000 a month with ease and flow in my business, okay? Or I remove the belief that I cannot, ... I surrender the belief that I will not be loved if I am making a lot of money, like whatever your limiting belief. I surrender the belief that I'm not worthy and I don't deserve more. Universe, I surrender the belief that I don't have enough clients or time for the ones that I need. ... I remove the belief, I surrender the belief. These are the key pivotal words that you're going to write in your sentence. And then there's a little bit more to it. So I surrender the belief that I cannot make $25,000 a month with ease and flow. I am ready to see things differently, and I promise to show other people how to do it too. Like that's one of the ones that was popping up for me. So the minute it pops up, you write it down, you grab a piece of paper, you write it down if you can. If you can't, you can do it in your head, and you can do that quick thing. Cancel, clear, that's not mine, I reject that, right? If you can't do that, then write it down. I mean, if you can't write it down, do that. Either way, the key here is that you're catching your limiting belief quickly, and then you're going to lock in a new one. So you write it out. Universe, I surrender the belief that I can't make lots of money and be loved and accepted for who I am. And then you turn it into the positive. I make lots of money with ease and flow, and I am loved and celebrated for who I am, and I have an incredible community around me who loves me exactly how I am. Thank you. Okay, do you see how I took the limiting belief and then I turned it around and made it into a positive? Let me take a couple more examples here that you all wrote down. Universe, I surrender the belief that I have never made a lot of money and that I probably never will. I am willing to see things differently. I am open and available for your guidance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you surrender the belief, you let it go, and then you're making an opening for a new possibility, and then you're going to lock in this new possibility. Universe, wait, what was that one? I've never made, universe, I know that my past does not define my future, and that I can make as much money as I want. I am welcoming in $10,000 months with ease and flow. I know that I am worthy. I know that I am capable of this. I know that I can give back to humanity by making more money. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so there's an example of limiting belief and then positive belief. And what you're going to get really good at is catching yourself over and over and over and over. And it takes a little bit of practice, okay? It doesn't come natural. If this is new to you, just know that it's going to feel like, am I doing this right? But you're doing it right. I promise you, as long as you are catching these limiting beliefs, you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger at it. And what's going to happen is you're going to start rewiring your brain, and every single time that you remove a limitation, you remove one of those bullshit limitations that you've got there, every single time that you do this, you are like imprinting this new belief, and you are literally going to start sealing the neurons in your brain so that your brain is going to start thinking about what's possible more often than what's not possible. Is this making sense? Give me some heart and thumbs up. I know it's a little bit complex, but it's actually pretty simple once you get the hang of it. So give me some hearts and thumbs up if this is helpful, and if you're like, fuck yeah, I'm ready to do this. And then, thank you for the hearts. Awesome, awesome. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start embodying this new belief. And one of the best ways to do this is to actually move your body. So when you have your list of desires, like I've got my list of desires here. These are my top 10 desires, okay? I've got them written out. They're up on my wall. Every single day I am reading these out loud. My top desire is to inspire millions of moms and women across the world to step into the lives that they want, right? To travel abroad and do community service in a community in 2020 with my family, that is one of my desires. To take our family to Bali for 1 month, that is one of my desires. You're going to speak your desires out loud to the universe. You have got to speak them out loud, because it's one of the fastest ways to seal these neurons in your brain is through movement. It's so powerful. So just try it. Just friggin' try it. Be willing to be the goofball. Be willing to be embarrassed in your bedroom or whatever it is. If you're ready to change your life, these tools work. But here's the other thing. You're going to lock in your senses. So you're going to do something that you haven't done before. Like, for example, let's say one of your desires is to have a new wardrobe. Okay, let's say one of your desires is to have a new car. Let's say one of your desires is that you want to have your house cleaned once a month. Like whatever your desires are, big or small, what you need to do is you've got to start locking in the feeling of what it feels like, right? We talked about this yesterday. This is like the second part. So you catch your limiting beliefs, you write them in a new way, and then you take one of your desires and you lock in the feeling. So if you don't have the money yet for this new wardrobe, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go shopping. You know, shopping and put on the clothes and feel how they feel. It doesn't mean you have to buy them, but you're going to go out and give yourself this experience of like, what would this feel like to have all these new clothes that feel really good on my body? What would it feel like to go and drive that new car? What would it feel like to go try on that jewelry and see how it feels? And when you do these things, what would it feel like? Like, so what if I can't get a house cleaner, every month? Maybe I could get one every 6 months right now. You bring them over and then you embody the feeling of like, oh my God, this is how this is going to feel to have this every single month in my home. You lock in these feelings. When you're driving the car, you're locking in those feelings and using your senses, smelling the car, feeling the car, looking at the car, hearing how the car sounds. Oh my God, how does it feel to actually be in this new car? This is how you embody these desires and these new things that you want to welcome into your life. You've got to take a step forward. It's like future pacing reality, okay? This is quantum physics, you guys. Every Olympic athlete in the world does this. They visualize themselves where they want to go. They visualize themselves crossing the finish line. They visualizing themselves with that gold medal around their neck. Future pacing reality. This is a massive piece of it. So pick one of your desires and embody it this week, in the next couple days. Go get your nails done, even if you feel like you can't afford it right now. Like whatever gives you that pampered feeling of like, oh my God, this is like a new level of my life. Go and do it. and let that feeling sink into your body, and it will solidify in your body, and lock it in with all of your senses, and feel it, because what you're doing is you're raising your vibration and you're telling the universe that you're ready for more. So abundance is our natural state. I talked about this yesterday. You know this. So that's what I've got for you today, but I've got one more thing, which is really important, and then we're going to wrap up. And please put your questions in the comments. If you have any questions that come up about this, the most important thing today is that you are learning to catch your limiting beliefs, and you're going to reframe them. You catch it, you reject them, you write it down if you can, and then you reframe them in a positive way. And the more you do this, the more that you are going to turn these core beliefs, fucking kick them to the curb once and for all. And what happens is that the more you solidify these positive affirmations and these positive beliefs, the more and more and more that you're retraining your brain to think in a new way, and you don't even have the limiting beliefs anymore. They'll pop up every once in a while, but they will not pop up on a continual basis. And as your energy and your frequency is raised every single day, because you're not bombarded with all these conscious and subconscious thoughts, everything in your life is going to start unfolding in a new way. I promise you. I've seen it over and over and over and over again. It's definitely been my experience. But these limitations don't just go away. What happens is that the more you get to this next level of your life, like I got to 10K months pretty simply, and then I was at this plateau, right? A plateau. How silly is that? Like a feeling like I was at this plateau of 10K, and I'm like, well, why can't I get to the next place? And well, that's because I had some limitations. And I was like, okay, I had to drill down into these. Are these really mine? No, this isn't mine. Do I really feel this way? No, this isn't actually mine. This is like somebody else's. So this is what you want to do with your limiting beliefs. And I'm going to do this for us right now. Everybody that gave me a limiting belief, okay, I've written them here. This is one of the most powerful exercises that you can do. You can do it on individual little pieces of paper, or put them all on one giant piece of paper. You want to read them out loud. You know what I have here? I've got a little bowl of water. Let me see if I can lower this so you guys can see. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to crumple these up. So these are all the limiting beliefs. I've read most of them. I don't need to read them again. But guess what? I'm doing this for all of us right now. I'm getting a friggin' lighter, and you're going to burn. You're going to fucking burn these limiting beliefs once and for all. You can do this over and over and over. If you have a limiting belief that is drilled down so deep in you, that came from mom or dad or something that you know has just been hanging around forever, and you can't get past it, burn it. I want you to burn all of them, you guys. You can do this every single day. It is one of the most powerful practices that I've ever done. Anytime I have a limiting belief come up, I burn it. So you speak it out loud, and then you tell the universe, guess what, universe? Guess what, universe? This is for all the people in this incredible group right now. All these limiting beliefs that I have to sacrifice to make money, that I can't make money doing what I love, that money is the opposite of spirituality. I don't have enough. And I have to hang on to it because in case anything happens, that I have to sacrifice to make money, that I don't deserve money, that I'm not smart enough to make money. Oh my God, that was one of mine. That was a massive one for mine, because I was told I was stupid growing up. So this deep thing that just kept surfacing. I'm not smart enough for this business. I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. I was like, enough. That's not true, Brooke. That's not true. That is not true. It came from a mother who didn't know how to speak and communicate well, and it's not even really what she meant. She would never call me stupid, but it's just what she said all the time because it's how she was raised. That is a limiting belief. Cancel, clear. I reject that. That is not true. The truth is, I'm fucking smart. I'm smart as hell. I'm creating this massive business. Do you see what I'm doing? Right? I'm canceling out that limiting belief. That was so big for me, you guys. I'm not worthy. I don't deserve more. All of these limiting beliefs, universe, I am burning these right now for all the people in this group. We're going to burn these once and for all. We are done with this. These do not serve us. I reject these. All of these humans are incredible. They all deserve so much. I am burning. Burn it, baby. Burn it. We are burning them. They are no longer going to be held on. They are no longer going to run everybody's life. They are no longer going to keep these humans small, because these people have big things to do. Massive, big things to do. I am done. I know that everybody is worthy of success. Everybody is worthy of contributing to the world. Everybody is worthy of abundance. Abundance is your birthright, period. So there you go. Burned them for you, okay? So do this today. Burn your fucking beliefs. Go out, do it. Let your kids see it. It is such an incredible practice, and do it every single day that these limiting beliefs come up. And I promise you, life is going to be very, very different. So I know this went a little bit longer, but I love you all. Give me, if you're watching the replay, hit replay so that we know. And here's your money home play today. Your money home play is to put in the comments one of your limiting beliefs and then rewrite it in the positive. So universe, I surrender the belief that ... I'm ready to see things differently. I am ready to step into the fullest expression of myself, and then turn it into the positive. I actually know that I am ready and available to make 10K months with ease and flow. I am so worthy. I am so ready, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is for you. So write out the limiting belief and then turn it into the positive and put it in the comments here. And bonus points for anybody who wants to make a little video. Burning their beliefs. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Keep showing up. I promise you, you can change your friggin' life.